everybody, it's Uncle Scott. Welcome back to the QwerkyReax channel. And first things first, I chapter all my videos, so if you don't want to listen to me here at the beginning and you want to jump straight to the music and the reaction, that's what that little scroll bar, I guess it is, there at the bottom is for. Just scroll right ahead and I've chaptered it for you so you know where to go. Today, I'm listening to another song by Morissette. Now, this came heavily recommended, not just when I watched some of the first Morissette ones I watched, but when I showed Defying Gravity to both Tim and Crystal, you guys really pushed for me to check this one out too. From the same stages sessions that she did the Defying Gravity one at, she did Someone Like You, which is from Jekyll and Hyde, which I've never seen, but I heard was fantastic. So I'm definitely interested to hear this one and psyched to hear it. One thing about Morissette, whenever I listen to her, she brings me back to like my, theater kid days. I was never a theater kid in my high school because it conflicted with basketball, and I love basketball. I'm 6'4", guys. It was kind of inevitable, and I lived in a town with like only white guys. So at least half of where I grew up was only white guys. So it was like I was going to be one of the tallest people on the team, which kind of made me like want to play even more, But then even as I got into college and stuff like that, where I was definitely not the only, it wasn't all white guys. It was a big deal to be able to play. Rutgers had some pretty hardcore street games going on, like in the gym and stuff like that. Some real good pickup stuff. So I dude, I would skip classes for that stuff. I just wanted to play all the time. So it was kind of like deep ingrained in me. I wish I could have played more. I wish I could play more now. I threw out my shoulder, so I don't really get to play much now. But also in New York, it's kind of hard because you can't play all year round. That's why I'm in a sweatshirt right now, guys. It's snowing outside. So it does get kind of difficult unless you have gym access, which I don't. So anyway, all of that is to say that there was a conflict because in my high school, you weren't allowed to do the musical and play basketball because they were both winter season. So you weren't allowed to do that. It was like a conflict. You had to choose one or the other. And the deal I made with my old choir director, she said, is there anything that, like any musical we could do that would sway you? And I said, sure, if you do West Side Story and I can be Tony, then I'll do it. I'll skip basketball, which was like a big deal for me, but I love West Side Story so much. Anyway, very long story, much longer. They got the rights to do West Side Story the year after I graduated, so I didn't get to do it. I always wished that I had done more theater as a kid. If you're a fan of the channel, you know I've shown pictures of it before. I was in an operetta. I started an operetta when I was like 10, and always wanted to do more musical theater stuff, and it just never happened, never went down that way. Now I'm in the choir, which does boost me some musicality a little bit, which I need in my life. Another reason why I love doing this channel with you guys. But whenever I hear Morissette sing, it gives me that like inner feeling of like, yes, let's all be theater kids together. So I'm excited to hear this one. Most of you, when you left this as a comment, you were like, you think Defying Gravity is good. You have to hear her do Someone Like You. It's super solid. So I'm really excited to hear this. I'll stop babbling about it. You can always tell when I'm excited because I babble a lot. So let's just jump right in. And this is Morissette doing Someone Like You from Jekyll and Hyde. I fast forwarded, by the way, because she does like a 2.5 minute chat there at the beginning to like set this up. So I'm jumping straight to the music.
I peer through windows, watch life go by, dream of tomorrow and wonder why.
She's got such a good voice.
Past is holding me, keeping life at bay. I wander lost in yesterday, wanting to fly, but scared to try. But if someone found someone like me, then suddenly nothing would ever be the same. My heart would take wing and I'd feel so alive if if someone like you found me.
I say it every time I see her do one of these videos. Sorry for where I paused that, Morissette. That's not the most flattering look. But she belongs on Broadway. She sings this stuff like Broadway actresses and actors do. And I'm telling you, first of all, I've seen so many Broadway shows. Like, I live in New York City, and I've lived close to New York City and Broadway pretty much minus about 20 years. I've lived pretty close. Like, where I went to college, Rutgers was close enough that I could come in. My internship was in New York City while I was at Rutgers. My family didn't live far away. In fact, they used to bring me all the time to Broadway musicals. So I have an ear for it. Plus, the chorus that I'm in now, when we do performances, like when we did Carnegie Hall, the people who were the soloists that were performing in front of us were all Tony winners. They were all people that actually were on Broadway. In fact, the woman who was like the love interest for the Strike Up the Band musical that we did had just come when we did our dress rehearsal. She still had green paint behind her ears because she was doing Wicked, and she was what do they call that? It's not the stand-in. Oh man, that's going to drive me crazy. Like, the backup. If the lead gets sick, they need someone who knows all the lyrics and everything and is ready to go on at a moment's notice. Well, that happened to her the day of our dress rehearsal for Strike Up the Band. So she was actually late to rehearsal because she had just finished doing the matinee for Wicked. So I hear Broadway singers all the time. That's my point. And she's on par. It really amazes me. And someone, I think in the comments somewhere, said that she doesn't want to do that or something, or she's not interested in that. Or I thought I read something like that somewhere. You guys tell me in the comments again, like, what's the deal? Like, why isn't she on Broadway? Because I can totally see it.
So many secrets I've longed to share. All I have needed is someone there to help me see a world I've never seen before. A love to open every door, to set me free, so I can soar. If someone like you found someone like me, and suddenly nothing would ever be the same.
I'm sorry, I'll rewind. She's so good at lifting her palette too. Like, the reason that she's hitting those notes with no quiver, with no with what seems to be very little difficulty, that's trained and that's practice. But the reason she's opening her mouth so much for those notes is because she's lifting that back palate of her mouth to make more room for the sound and more strength to the note, which is why it has such a solid sound. That takes a really long time to get good at, guys. And she crushes it. She's so talented.
Nothing would ever be the same.
Like that.
There'd be a new way to live, a new life to love. If someone like you found me, oh, if someone like you found someone like me, then nothing would ever be the same. My heart would take wing, and I'd feel so alive.
Wow. Okay, we're going to go back and listen to that because this Lion King highest grossing show at $1 billion in revenue trivia, like ruined that moment for me. I wish I could crop it out because this isn't from Lion King. This is from Jekyll and Hyde. So why are you giving me this information right now? And why you're doing it at the most like kick-ass part of the song? Like it was totally a distraction. So we're backing up.
My heart would take wing, and I'd feel so alive.
Come on, girl.
If someone like you loved me. Loved me.
Mm. Wow. Yeah, you bow, girl. That was straight beautiful. That really, really was. She's got it, man. She's got that talent. She's got that voice. She's got that strength. She's got that stage presence. That's just her in a room, and you're totally invested in what she's singing. That's like Tom Hanks with a fucking volleyball on a beach. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's so talented. Has she done like maybe, I don't know, like America's Got Talent, or what is it, Philippines Got Talent, or some show like that where people can know who she is? I feel like not enough people know who she is, and she's extremely talented, especially in this genre of music. Because I have this reaction every time I listen to one of her stages session songs. Like, it's so strong. She's so powerful. And I just want to show it to all my theater geek people. Like, that's why I showed it to Tim. That's why I showed it to Crystal. Because you all saw, if you didn't, go back and watch those videos, because it blew them away too. She's legit. I mean, you guys probably know, if you're watching this, you're either a fan of the channel, likely you're a fan of the channel, or you're a fan of Morissette. So if you're a fan of Morissette, you already knew all of this. If you're a fan of the channel and you haven't seen me do her other videos, or haven't seen Tim or Crystal react, like, welcome to it, man, because she's fantastic. I don't think I've ever heard her sing a bad song. She's so good. Guys, I hope you're having a great week. I really enjoyed this one. Thank you for suggesting it. If there's more of her you want me to listen to, you know the drill. Just leave it in the comments, and I'll be sure to put it on the list. And we'll hopefully get to it sooner rather than later. I should have more Ren coming for you this week. And hey, if you're around Friday, check it out. I'm going to do a Love Fest, a Love Music Fest live stream for Valentine's Day. I figure I'm single, not going to be going out and doing anything. So if you're single, or maybe you're coupled up, or thrupled up, or quadrupled up, whatever it is, doesn't matter. It can be a family affair. I'm all for it. Just join me on the stream. There is a post in the community that I put up yesterday to vote for what time you want me to start. And I figure we'll just have fun with it. It can be Ren songs, it can be Dimash songs, it can be any type of music you want. I think the idea is, like, let's have some fun with it, rather than just be kind of like moping around on a Hallmark holiday. At least that's my thought process behind it, and thought we could have fun with it. So hope you're around for that. If you are, please join me. Once the time is decided, I will put a posting, like I'll put a live placeholder for you so you can follow it and get notified once I'm live. Just waiting to see how the votes tally out for what time y'all want me to start. And we'll have some fun with it. If you made it this far, you know I appreciate you. Please remember, don't wait for life to be easy to be happy. This girl's got it, man. I can't get enough of her.